we have so much abilities and rights and abilities ourselves. We can do this without having to, like, hold on, baby, hold on, without having to put the blame or responsibility on others. We need to stand up and realize that we are awesome, amazing creatures, and that we can, with love and united together, which is what they keep trying to separate. If we come together, then that's all that we need. It doesn't take much, and we can overcome, and the answers are there. We just have to know where to look, and I keep finding more information, and the more you look, the more you're going to find. It's amazing. All right, I got to take a quick break. I think do quick commercials, top of the hour. Looks like maybe Jay should be joining us. So, like I said, love each other. I got more information coming. There is so much we can do. There is so much. What you do is you talk. You tell other people, and you come from the heart. And you go outside. You love your kids. You cook out. You meet your neighbor. We need to go back and be people. We need to go back and build the smaller communities, not ruled by these huge governments. That's not necessary. We're taught we come from these creatures that we supposedly... Hold on, baby. I know, hold on, baby. That we supposedly were once, dragging our knuckles and everything else, and that thousands of years ago, this is what we slowly evolved. And it's all bullshit, people. It's all bullshit. Seriously. They do that so that you don't feel bad when you're mean to everybody else. Because if you were once a creature, then what's so wrong with being that now? Stop all this, because we're not. We're amazing creatures, and all it takes is for us to come into ourselves and realize that we are connected with everything, and that we are a part of everything. And the only reason why anything is here is because of us. It's here for us to experience, because that's what we needed and what we wanted. And so we can go over everything. It's great. So anyways, I'll be back, and Jay's here too. That's about it. So let me play some music, because I've got to run and grab food too and get my voice set up again, and then I'll be right back. So let me find the song somewhere. Hold on. Do. Yeah, baby. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Hi, I'm back. Hey, Freedomizers. Hope the afternoon's going well. I know I'm a little overwhelmed with information, so I do apologize. I just wanted to get that major warning out. Seriously, avoid that together. Jay's with me. Hi, Jay. I think, maybe.
Hey, Nicole. How are you? Sorry, I had myself muted.
No problem. So how was your show?
It was very good. Thank you.
Awesome.
It was very good.
Yeah. Well, can you do me a favor and, I guess take over for about 3 minutes? I have one last thing I need to do outside of here, and I'll join you back right away. Would you mind?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. You know me. I'm down for it. That's okay.
Sweet. Yeah, I just
All
gotta
right.
help my boy in the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be right back.
All righty. That sounds good, Nicole.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, guys. Hey, well, I'm Jay, and, I run a show here on Freedomizer Radio, 6 Eastern until 8 Eastern. Of course, most of the regular listeners to Freedomizer Radio can hear me at many other times of the day. I make myself readily available to do what I can and to help out when I can and however I can here on Freedomizer Radio. And not just Freedomizer Radio. There are a lot of good freedom-minded networks. And I make myself available to them. The Intel Hub. I was co-host with Travis last week on his Sunday night show on the Intel Hub. False Flag Radio. I will go on with the commie and or the conspiracy theorist and talk about this New World Order system that we're all trying to fight, this global agenda that we're trying to fight. I'll make myself available to many networks, and I also do a show on Mondays on Resistance Radio, which is Mr. Britt's radio network. And the reason why I do all this work, because I think it's vital. I think that we need to stand up and push back. And that's the whole purpose for doing this. Because I'm tired of it. I'm fed up with it. Enough is enough. And I'm ready to push back. And the best way that I can push back is to make information available to those people who are still stuck, for a better word, stuck in the matrix. And it's not pretty. The news and information that we present here on Freedomizer Radio is not pretty. It's not flowery. It's not meant to make you feel good. If you want that, watch Fox News, watch CNN, watch MSNBC, watch your broadcast network's national nightly news. You'll get your news painted over with a rosy brush. And that's all by design. It's important to them, to the globalists, that they do that. Because they don't want you to know what's going on or how severe the situation is. And that's why I do this, because I understand the reason why we need to get this information out. I understand that people are being fundamentally manipulated and lied to. And I think Nicole is back with us. Hey, Nicole.
Hey. That actually ties in so completely to what I've been talking about.
Hey, that's good.
Because I think we're amazing people. I think we're an amazing species, an amazing entity, being, unlike anything that's ever been conceived of before. And we have such amazing, awesome power, and that's seriously what they're afraid of. They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know anything, because then they don't have the control anymore, and they can't keep it for themselves, because we have such amazing potential. And the more that I keep finding right now, the more, I have so much more faith in this, and I understand so much more than I used to. And come across some interesting things. I don't know if you heard about this, but actually I found about this it happens in Glen Rose here in Texas, which is probably about 40 minutes from where I am right now. They have a Dinosaur Valley place. You can actually take kids there and go and dig into the little areas and stuff, right? And it's one of the most famous places that has dinosaur tracks and slate, near the riverbeds and creek beds here. And they found human footprints next to them. that they pretty much dated to the same time or whatever, you know. And at first they said it was a big hoax till they pulled up the layers of slate and found the continuation of the footprints. And that's here in Texas. So they dated it. Now, that's what started this whole thing. So you have to look back and see how they carbon date, okay? Do you know how they carbon date?
No,
I really
radio
carbon
don't.
dating? See, this is something I had to look, because when I kept finding this information and more information, I had to find out how reliable it was, because I don't like coming across this and it just being total BS, but, okay, right? So, carbon dating. Let's talk about this. Carbon dating it only happens with living cells, okay? That's why they have to use, like, rock or things that is porous, I guess. They can use, like, teeth, you know, all this other kind of stuff. They can actually wood, rock, you know, they can carbon date. But it all exists with the assumption, and it even states that, with the assumption that the radioactive particles in the atmosphere or in the world have been consistent, that they haven't changed over the years. And for the most part, they really, really are, until there's, like, major, like, disasters and such that seriously skew, and at that point, everything changes in the environment, say, like the Great Deluge. That in itself changed everything, you know? And the whole face of the earth was changed, and the whole atmosphere, everything changed when the big flood came. And the flood's found in every single culture's histories, mythologies, whatever you want to call them, that's where they've been found. And it's consistent across the globe. So radiocarbon dating is technically only accurate until the point of the deluge, which right now they're saying approximately from where we are now, 4,500 to 5,000 years ago. And it would have happened, I think, from what I understand, I have my documents somewhere else, so it really doesn't matter. The date's not completely important. But anything prior to that point, they can't really say, because the deluge itself changed everything. So things start, the radioisotopes, they degrade at certain points. So once the living cell is no longer living, that radioactive within the cell starts to degrade, you know, and it's like half-lives and such, and it goes on. But that only is possible if the radioactive elements in the atmosphere have stayed consistent during that time frame, which so far they have. But prior, if there's any major events that changes the atmosphere or anything else, then it's no longer valid anymore. Now, the information I've been finding doesn't say anything about the Earth being any, you know, the age or anything else, but the information that so far that about the footprints is they are legitimate. It's left, right, the same size, the same stance, everything else as an upright Homo erectus or, no, Homo sapien like us, seriously, walking about. First of all, they've never, ever found, like, a true missing link that connects us with anything else. This is something I've had to come to grips with, too, because this is what you're taught in science, right? And, you know, religion has the exact opposite. But we need to pay attention. There's no proof that we ever evolved from anything. So we need to get over this idea that we were once these barbaric beasts, because we weren't. And when you think you are, that gives you the excuse to still act like one, because that's part of who you are. But it's not. We are not that. We are an amazing creature that can do so much. And I think we need to find this new faith and ideas in ourselves. And this is something they're trying to hide, that we had technology beyond our own prior to the deluge. They were a much more advanced society than we are currently.